Viktor Gyokeres was anonymous as Arsenal fired a blank against Liverpool. The 0-0 bore draw at the Emirates saw Mikel Arteta's men miss the chance to go 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Sign up for the Arsenal newsletter. Thank you. Viktor Gyokeres struggled to make any sort of impact credit. Alamy. Gyokeres was hooked for Gabriel Jesus shortly after the hour markCredit. PA. The Gunners forked out £63.5 million to sign Gyokeres last summer on the assumption that the Swede would be the man to drag them over the line in a Premier League title race. But despite the rest of his team's functional quality, the Arsenal No. 14 has so far failed to live up to expectations. On a low-key evening in North London, Gyokeres touched the ball just 8 times, with one of those touches a kick-off. When the centre-forward was hooked for Gabriel Jesus on 64 minutes, fans could have been forgiven for forgetting that he'd even been playing. Read more in Football, and a few were heard booing the ex-Coventry star as he trudged off the pitch. Watching the game for Sky Sports, Gary Neville was scathing of Arsenal's striker. The former Manchester United star said in his co-commentary, "It's not a surprise. Gyokeres hasn't been effective all night and has been offering nothing," most read in Football. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. There's not getting service, and then there's getting involved in the game and doing more, and he has to do more. Gyokeres has scored just 5 Premier League goals in 19 appearances thus far for the Gunners. 2 of those strikes came against Leeds in August, with the others versus Nottingham Forest, Burnley and Everton. The Arsenal striker has added a further 2 goals in the Champions League, but his most recent goal in any competition from open play came all the way back on November 1. Gabriel Jesus has recently returned to action from a long-term injury, while Kai Havertz is close to first-team contention. But speaking ahead of the Liverpool clash, Arteta rejected the notion that further competition could bring more from Gyokeres. The Spaniard, 43, said, "I don't think it's related. We're not going to change Viktor's desire or his attitude or his work rate or how much he's willing to score goals because he's got another player in competition, because of the circumstances." Recommended stories. Because sometimes there's an element of luck to score goals as well, or energy that has to go in your way. And it will come. The good thing is that the team is performing really well and winning matches. Viktor Gyokeres verdict. By Charlie Wyatt. Viktor Gyokeres is proving a real issue for Arsenal. He only managed 8 touches in the entire game before being taken off in the 64th minute. 7 of those touches were in the first half, and the £63.5 million striker didn't touch the ball between the 11th and 40th minute. Mikel Arteta really needs to take him out of the firing line. I'm sure he'll rest him or put him on the bench for Saturday's game against Portsmouth in the FA Cup. Gabriel Jesus will surely start again, but Gyokeres is moving so badly, he's devoid of confidence. I don't think his teammates are really helping him as they're not finding him, but when he arrived, I think Arsenal were hoping for so much more. He had some promising signs just before his injury at Burnley, but to score just 7 goals in all competitions so far this season is a real disappointment.